Hey guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron number 4 with the latest expansion, Gotterdamerung. We're going to be playing a brand new game as Belgium. As you might have seen, I've actually tried that before. So we're going to go with the historical AI focus because we're going to try to aim to become part of the Axis. So what are we going to do in terms of focus? There's a variety of different things we can do. We can, of course, make our government resign, which will be fun, which can actually then lead to the national unity. Yeah, as you can see, it's a day of 0 days needed for that. It does lead to a daily reduction in fascist support, interestingly enough. This removes the neutrality. What else could we do? We can, of course, do this monetary reconstruction. Gets us more base stability, but also gets us additional factories and so forth. Really interesting to do, but like I said, I first want to do the resignation of the government itself. Let's select all of our army units, put them underneath a marshal, then we're going to sort them here out. Basically, these guys will be separated. They're fast and agile. And that leaves these three here. These are kind of like elite units. They're like mountaineers, basically, but okay. We're going to basically do a bit of construction, not too much. We're going to make sure basically our supply hubs got proper connections in there. That one is properly connected already. That, yeah, I'm not really caring too much about. That's hopefully going to be able to connect to the Netherlands. Actually, to Germany. But yeah, no, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Now what you'll see here is we've basically got some space for further factories, which we will be leveraging. I probably need some mills here as well, to be honest. Let's actually reduce that back down to 1 each. All right, and of course research. We're going to do the standard stuff. Nothing remarkable here. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's all one piece of standard stuff. It just would be great if you say, let's always do these. Okay, that's our colonial army. We're going to get them to come over here as well. And we're going to basically set them on the border with Luxembourg. All right, what else? We, of course, got some free military factories. We're going to set this to be producing more weapons. A bit more of that, a bit more of that. And we also want to add some trucks to the mix. Let's let them come after this. All right, what else? We don't have any shortages, really. We've got a nice surplus here, so that's all good. Nothing here that I want to do anything with at the moment. Could, of course, start assigning different marshals and so forth to here. We don't actually have a marshal at our disposal, so we're going to have to basically choose who will become our marshal later on. This was our elite unit here. Cavalry, and that's the career officer. Okay. Urban assault, and that is basically our ranger infantry officer. So let's just select this guy here as being this one. This we can choose our cavalry officer for. Who are we going to put in charge of this? We can, of course, choose this gentleman here. He's got on defense, and you don't really want to focus on that, to be honest. Let's choose Jules Perry. Okay, we basically take the 4th star general shortly to become our marshal. Now we do have a few disadvantages here, as you will see. We got the language barrier because, of course, we basically got French as well as Dutch as languages. We'll overcome that later on with a choice in the focus tree. We got the scars of the Great War, which again we need to overcome because it's got a substantial impact upon our recruitable population. We do want to basically get some additional military units in there. Right, now the choice here really is between the national unity, which then ultimately leads either to the fascist route or to the, is it democratic? I think it is. We're going to basically go for that national unity, gentlemen. We can, of course, do this, perpetuate neutrality, but I think I want to basically do this one here first. That gets me those few extra factories. Will be quite helpful. This is suppressed, as you can see. Because of our stability, we do get a plus on here, but also at the same time we got corruption, that's basically negative, and our language barrier. So those two kind of like, yeah, conflict each other there to some degree. Right, we have got enough here to do at least something with this. As you can see, there's one of them that's a specialist only, not a full expert. So we could get something done here already. We can do the same with the Navy, but we don't have a Navy. We don't have any naval units. Not a single one. So for now, this will be the first or next available one that will come through. That will also reduce the consumer good factory by a factor of 15. So 15% reduction in that. It's not the total percentage, it's actually a relative percentage. So that will come through and that will be beneficial. So that's great. Clock is ticking. This won't really impact us that much. We're standing at 95 here now. We can do anti-fascist rates. I don't want to do that in reality. I could, of course, work on the workers' conditions. I'm just going to let that slide just for now. Okay, monetary reconstruction. Nice. We could, of course, go for army offense, or we could go for the genius here. But we need to get someone particular appointed for that. Division attack is great. Division defense with this one. Army entrenchment. Yeah, I do want to get some additional bits there. The gold reserve actually is a great one. It's a really quick one. It's 35 days. And actually helps reduce that consumer good factories factor even further. 6 days for that to complete. Great. And then, of course, we can do our focus upon the type of industry we want to have. We want to have a centralized industry here. I did say that I actually want to start recruiting, of course. I didn't actually set that earlier. So let's do that now. I might want to change this over to something higher if I can, but I need more war support for that to be feasible. So we need to do something about our generals and so forth as well to be able to raise our war support. Okay, how do I raise my war support? I could, of course, go for different options here. The defense bill actually will help with that, I believe. Yeah, war support will rise. This actually helps with raising our construction speed here, as you can see. Bit of a lengthy one. To be honest, these look interesting, but all of them basically will have an impact upon the consumer goods, again, that we basically need to basically have at our disposal. Okay, what can we do here? Fascist demagogue is going to be helpful. This is already rising by 0.16. The corruption actually helps us, interestingly enough. 36. This actually will help. That number is, yeah, it's still on the up. It will actually go up further just to help it grow even more. We can actually do that by doing the improving of the worker conditions. Yep. Nice, nice, nice. It'll temporarily suppress or reduce our actual factories somewhat, but it will actually help us in the long run. We need to do these, unfortunately. Okay. These guys can focus on this teeny section here. I'm going to set them with orders to push, 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 push. These guys will also have orders to push, 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 but more directly through there. And then these guys, ooh, these guys really, I want to set them on that little bit of the front line here. Push directly from there into Amsterdam and so forth. I can set these guys with orders as well. And we can potentially give them a general. Can I promote that general already? No, I don't have enough command power. And again, that's due to the fact that our war support is so low. Actually, it stands at 0. Which is, yeah, we can't go lower than 0 in reality, can we? Anyways, These guys, we do need to train them up, so we're going to let that exercise of these units commence. Yes, it leads to some attrition, but it's not humongous. I just want to get them up to the next level, basically, which will happen quite quickly when we do the exercise here.
Oui, chef.
Okay. Progress is being made. Marvelous. Let's stop the exercise. In reality, I then have these guys that also need to raise in level. Wow, these guys really need to be raising their level up even higher. As you can see, we're losing some of these bits here, unfortunately. Plus weaponry, we basically got a shortage. And of course, that is done. Of course, to be able to go through to the royal intervention here later on, we need to basically do this, which actually raises war support for us, but also basically raises our recruitment population. Few benefits, few drawbacks, but yeah, it will pass. All right, popularity of fascism should rise. Instead of the communists, we're basically going to go for the fascists here to basically join us in government here. Party leader is Leon de Grelle, or de Grelle. And Paul van Zeeland is the current prime minister, it looks like. All right, so we could, of course, do anti-air here. We could do the excavation here, but we're pretty much at the precipice of actually going to 1937. So these two will complete almost, actually they will complete simultaneously. I was about to say almost simultaneously, but they are actually simultaneously. All right, this one goes in there. That's 38. We're not going to 38, we're going to 37. Plus this one will actually help with increase our output of our factories. This actually is for the guns. Production efficiency gain, always welcome. Double check, are they guaranteed? They are not guaranteed at all, which is great. Because there's a few things we want to do. We want to be able to get the Netherlands as well as, of course, here Luxembourg. And to do that, we basically don't want to get into a war with Britain straight away. So we're going to do this as efficiently and as quickly as possible. Investigate the bribery. So we're almost at the correct level here. There's still a few things that is helping reduce this. Reduction of the figures there should be not too bad. League of Nations embargo resolution. Embargo Italy. An embargo will harm a relation between two countries. Oh yeah, okay, we'll support that. We just like... Ooh, embargo a certain number of countries. Okay, fine. Bye-bye. Nice to get that. I just did that for the 2% that I was going to get with that. Really quickly, we're going to get this to pass. Anything here? We don't want to import any of that, really. Are we exporting anything? No, we are not. So what we want to do here is this should get a collapse in government. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep an eye on this briefly here. We don't want this to exceed that total. Almost. Okay, I can't wait any longer here. Is there one of 35 days? Defensive neutrality, I don't want to do that. That's a 70-day one. Dial plan. A peace with France and them, okay. Gonna be more likely to come to our aid. doesn't hurt that, does it? Nope. We haven't got the collapse of the government yet, interestingly enough. Quite typically, you see that happening as one of the things that should happen. County diplomat, man of plan, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Public Health. Ooh, I like that. Getting that extra population growth, huh? Monthly population. That's such a nice one to have. All right, the Spanish Civil War has commenced. So the dial plan has kicked off. Interesting. Why is the government not collapsed yet? I'm not sure. Congo investments. I don't want to do that really. I can. I don't really want to do it though. The defensive bill. How do we get the collapsed government to trigger? Let's commence this and see how we get along. Actually, it's not bad at the moment. Normally, you see basically the government collapsing at around this point. Corruption. I thought we dealt with the corruption for a large part. It's already reduced, isn't it? Okay. May 37. Let's get this done. Well, let's see how we get along with this. Fascism support is already there. So we've done these. I want this to happen, but it's not happened yet. Could go for the defense bill. Remove some of the hindrances we got at the moment. Why does the government not collapse? I don't know. Maybe I need to invest more into growing fascism. Is that the trigger? Okay, that happened. Okay, that's fine. Could of course work on the airframes there. I could of course work on the anti-air. I could work on... These are meant to be relatively useful. I think I'm going to do that one here first. Minerva will get a nice benefit of that. Concentrated industry is about to complete as well. July 37. We didn't do the radio yet, did we? That would be useful. Okay. 48%, that's 50%. Does it need to be more than 50 that it will trigger the collapse of the government? Is that the thing? Possibly. Okay, let's see. How can we basically raise it even further? So man of the plan, it doesn't do anything there. Damage to garrisons, no. County diplomat, no. Quiet royal, that's a useful one to have. Arms dealer, nope. Financial expert, Minister of Education. Uranium magnate, elusive gentleman. I think the quiet royal is the one I'm going to go for now. In reality, I've got no clue how we basically can... Ah, there we go. Finally. Righty, that took a long while. It took a mega long while. I've never seen it taking that long before. But it seems to be that the party no longer has a majority. Is that the case? Or it's uses parity? Is that a good way of saying it? Possibly. Okay, this... Hold on.
Oui, chef.
Yeah, you can stop exercising. You're more than at the right level already. Okay, this gentleman is the highest level 1. We're going to promote you. Perfect. Yes, we got some additional command power bits in place already. We're going to go for the offensive doctrine. Offensively, you were crap in there, unfortunately. But that is pretty much the limit of what we can do with him. Mr. Verstraeten is the next best one here for this, it looks like. Okay. Royal intervention. And now let's go for Léon de Graal. That should then also give us the chance of actually going for the VNV, which is a relatively quick one. Yeah, we're happy to accept the docking rights that they're willing to give us. Alright, let's deal with them shortly. Here, we can actually, of course, ask for docking rights. They will most definitely accept, as you can see. What we can do here is we're getting towards this, but we're still ahead. I'm gonna go for the anti-air. In terms of construction, we basically almost completed this one. One thing I want to do here is, before anything, is indeed get the spy agency bit. Ah, lovely. That's of course for my infantry equipment that I can actually now boost with this. Do I have a general? This, yes. There we go. A slight reduction there. Not massive, but there's a slight reduction that occurred there. All right, we completed some research. Great. Nice to see that happening as well. We're doing this one already, so that's fine. We're doing that one. In 1937, anything else here we want to do? Conversion, yes. We want to reduce the impact of conversion. Nice. Revitalize the Netherlands. Let's have a look at Luxembourg. Are they guaranteed? No, they're not guaranteed. Is the Netherlands guaranteed? No, it doesn't look like it. So we could boost the defense, massive defense here. Getting a decent amount in here, isn't it? It's 1 point. Yeah, but corruption is still there. Ultimately, we will get rid of that. Takes a while, but as you can see, Léon de Graal, I guess. Fascism is still on the rise, as you can see, by a good amount as well. He's good at the oration, staging at coup cost, but also boosting ideology. And this gentleman is well groomed. Yeah, let's help him get the act together there. We're getting a few more things done. Probably that's helping him with his language skills, even though they speak Dutch there as well. Then again, the Netherlands is of course Dutch. We're going to revitalize Netherlands, or that Dutch basically, which increases a couple of different factors, which is great. And from there, I would love to basically do this one. communism drops, we can of course abandon neutrality. But I don't need to do that at the moment as of yet. I can actually go for this one directly. That's actually quite useful one as well. But if I do this, just because I cannot do that one yet, does not have perpetual neutrality. So we this abandons that, doesn't it? It removes it. So if I cancel that one, this one, that's what we need to be able to do that. Okay.
Écoutez. Vos ordres?
No way, we lost people. That's interesting. Didn't expect that to happen. Do we want to promote him? He's level 2. Well, that's the most senior one, really. Plus, he's good with infantry. Promotion costs are reduced. He's also pretty decent, and he's good with supplies. He's better with supplies than the other one. Yep.
Oui, chef.
Oui, chef. Yep.
Prêt au départ.
Currently, that's this general.
Prêt au départ. Prêt, chef.
Yep.
Prêt, chef.
And they will get this one, I think. Research slot being free is always helpful. We're in 38. Helps with this bit here. Oh, go back to my spy and let's take this gentleman here. Actually, let's not do that. Did I? Oh, I didn't, did I? Can't get him because I'm not fascist. I'd love to get him though. But I cannot. But that doesn't work. He doesn't like fascism. Entrenchment expert. Taking him actually increases the maximum command power, which at the moment stands at 80. Close air support, air superiority, artillery. Do we actually have artillery that we're leveraging? I suspect we do. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3 that we've done thus far. Let's get the civilian component done as well. 38, so we can go for this one here. February. Should have done that earlier, but okay. Italy. Kingdom of Italy declares war on Italy. Sorry, hold on. British Italy? How'd that happen? Where is Italy then? What on earth? Did I not choose historical AI? I'm pretty sure I did, but how did Britain get involved in that? Okay. That is a weird one. Not something I've seen before. They're not guaranteed, luckily, which is good. Abandon neutrality, good. So that means that we can now go for this one, Flanders Ascends. We get an annex war goal against both. And I do ideally want to see the recruitable population rising, which we can do. I'm going to get us ready to be able to go into those two parts. And then ultimately we'll be able to reunite them into a larger Leo Belgicus or something along those lines as such. Okay. Not guaranteed, which is great. Not guaranteed either, which is great. I need to get one more, it looks like, which I'll basically do with passive defense. So once you got the 5 in there, you get your additional spy. Bit of research completed here. We are 1938, isn't it? So this would be useful if we basically go to war. That's of course also useful because of course that helps with the attack, the soft attack. This helps in terms of the production output. Flanders Ascendant. In reality, I should really say that should get priority. I got enough equipment, it looks like. Manpower wise, not really, but that's still on the rise. It's not at 2.5% yet. And it's not going to be 2.5. It actually is going to be 2.65 or thereabouts, I think. That's a rough estimate. So that is a manpower shortage. But that should be okay. Let's keep them off the list for now. These top ones have got enough manpower. As the further one down ones do not. Okay. Now, double check. No support. No guarantees. I can now declare war. Annex. Send that. Declare war. Annex. Okay, let's go back to my armies. Execute, 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 execute. This one, I want to basically apply here the offensive doctrine. And I want to do recovery rate. Nope, not what I'm looking for.
Donnez vos ordres.
That goes into there.
Attention.
Goes into there.
Formez les rangs. Donnez vos ordres. Oui, chef.
Okay, this one goes as part of that armory into there.
Bouchez-vous. Prêt, chef.
And this final one also goes towards The Hague. Alright, I think all of my armies are ready to move. I think before we get to that, let's really just call it a day. So guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Meantime, take care. Bye-bye.